Hi everybody. Today you guys are going to be doing an activity dealing with improper and mixed number fractions. All right, so first of all, the question on the screen says, what is an improper fraction? An improper fraction is a fraction that is greater than one whole. It also has the numerator, that is larger than the denominator. See, in this case, you have 5/4. That is a fraction, but it is an improper fraction because the 5 is greater than the 4. The top number or the numerator is greater than the denominator or the bottom number. The fractions that we're accustomed to seeing, the regular old fractions that we see normally, are called proper fractions. All right, and they have the numerator less than the denominator. See, in this case, with 1/4, the 1 is the numerator and it is less than the 4, which is the denominator. Okay, so improper fractions are fractions that have whose numerators are greater than the denominator or larger than the denominator, and they are greater than one whole. All right, let's look at some. All right, so the directions read: determine or figure out the unit fraction for each picture. And unit fractions have 1 as the numerator. You learned that in 3rd grade. Then, that means 2 parts to this. Then, determine or figure out the mixed number for each unit fraction. And we're going to talk about a mixed number fraction in a second. All right, so here we have to put in our unit fraction. And remember, I said the unit fractions have 1 as the numerator, and we have to figure out what our denominator will be. Well, all we do is look at one shape. All right, so we see that this shape has been partitioned into fourths or quarters. So 4 is our denominator. Well, in order to get an improper fraction, you would have to add up all of these 1/4. And I'm going to do this on the screen with web paint. Okay, so I'm going to label this as 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and 1/4 here. Well, since all of those are shaded, you would get 4/4. And 4/4, boys and girls, is equivalent to what? Is equivalent to one whole. So I'm going to put 4/4 equals 1. All right. So you also have 1/4 over here, 1/4 over here, and another 1/4. All right. So if I were to add all of these up, that means I have 1 plus 1 equals 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7. That would give me 7 as the numerator and 4 as the denominator if I were putting my improper fraction on here. In this case, we're just doing the unit fraction. And then our mixed number, we have to do a mixed number. Our mixed number, we look at this right here. We look at the fraction here. All right, so that is one whole. All of these are shaded in. We already have this one here, so I'm going to put a W for whole. All right, and then I see that only three of these pieces are shaded, 3 out of the 4. So that is another fraction, 3/4. Okay, so I know that my mixed number fraction will be 1 and 3/4. And mixed number fractions are numbers that have one whole in addition to a proper fraction. All right, so you see 1 here, there's one whole, the integer 1, and then you have 3/4 or 3/4 as the fraction. It's a whole number with a fraction. That is a mixed number fraction. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to go to the next one, slide 3. All right, so looking at this, again, in order to figure out our unit fractions, all we do is count the number of pieces that we see. All right, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 5 is going to be my denominator. I know that each of these shapes is partitioned into fifths. That one is partitioned into fifths, and so is this one. Okay, so now here I can count Oh, and I have to put my unit fraction by 1. Remember, unit fractions have 1 as the numerator. All right, so if I know 1/5 is here, oops, this keyboard is getting stuck. I know that 1/5 is here. So all of these are going to be 1/5. Since all of these are shaded in, can someone tell us what this fraction will be? Since all are shaded in. And Ms. Liv, you can pause the video. All right, so what will this be? All right, you are correct if you said 5/5. That is 5/5. All right, so we keep going. Here's another 1/5. And here's another 1/5. All right, so if we were doing improper fractions, we would count all of these up, and our numerator will be the total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7/5 is our improper fraction. All right, well, our mixed number is going to come from this. You see how many are? All right, so 5/5 is equal to 1 whole. 1 is shaded in. Then you have this right here, your fraction, which is 2/5. All right, so your mixed number fraction will be 1 and 2/5. All right, 1 and 2/5. Okay. All right, the next thing, the next slide. Oh, have to delete. The next slide says improper fraction. You're still dealing with improper fractions. It says solve each fraction. All right, so that's what you're going to do at the top. You're going to add the fractions together. Excuse me. Then it says type the type the answer next to each problem. All right. Then use the number bund to convert or change the fraction into a mixed number. All right, so first we're going to deal with this one. You have 20/13 plus 5/13. Well, the denominators are 13, and the denominator is going to stay the same. I'm going to put 13 as my denominator. Well, my numerator is going to change because 20 plus 5 gives me 25. All right, so I'm going to put 25/13 here. All right, in order to break down 25/13, I have to start with 13 because I know that my denominator is going to be 13. All right, and 1 whole, if I do 13/13, that's going to give me 1 whole. So I'm going to put 1 whole here. Well, now to get the rest of it, the remainder, I have to do 25 minus 13. Okay, so I'll do 25 on my scratch paper. I'll do 25 minus 13. All right. If I take 3 from 5, I get 2, and 1 from 2, I get 1. So 25 minus 13 is 12. Okay, so I have 12 remaining. So that's going to be my numerator, 12, and my denominator is still going to be 13. So I know here's 1 whole plus 12/13. So that is going to be my mixed number fraction, 1 and 12/13. Okay. All right, and in order to check my work, this is what I can do. I can do 13 times 1. 13 times 1 gives me 13. And if I add 12, I should get 25, correct? So that'll give me 25/13. All right. So I can check my work. This is my mixed number fraction. I can check the mixed number fraction by multiplying the denominator times the whole number, and then adding that to the numerator. So I have 13 times 1 is 13 plus 12 gives me 25. And then my denominator is going to stay the same. My denominator is 13, and I don't change that. So that should match. That means my work is correct. Okay, let's do some more. All right, so that is slide 4. Let's look at slide 5. 20/28 plus 18/28. Remember, our denominators stay the same, so I'm going to put 28. And I'm going to add 20 plus 18, which gives me 38. So 38/28. All right, so I'm going to put 38. 28 here. Oh. All right, so in order to make a whole, I'll look at my denominator. My denominator is 28, and so I have to make that match my numerator. 28 make one whole. So now I have to think 28 plus what is going to give me 38? Well, if I know I'm on a, I should be able to do this in my head. 38 minus 28 will give me 10. All right, so just in case, I'll let you guys see this. 38 minus 28. 8 minus 8 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you have 10, okay? All right, and so my denominator, does it change or stay the same? My denominator will stay the same. All right, so this 28 make one whole. All right, so that's going to be one whole, and then that is, the 10/28 is my proper fraction, and that's what I'm going to write. All right, so I'm going to put 1 and 10/28. Okay. Again, if we wanted to, we can check our work by multiplying and adding. We multiply the denominator times the whole number, integer. 28 times 1 is 28. And if I add 10 more to that, I'll get 38. So 38 will be my numerator, and 28 will continue to be my denominator. It's hard writing with the keyboard. All right, and so that matches. So that means my answer is correct. All right, let's go to number 5. 85/36 minus 15/36. All right, so I do 85. Well, first of all, I'm going to keep my denominator the same. Then I do 85 minus 15, which is 70. All right, so now I have 70/36. Remember, what goes here? What am I going to put here? You can pause the video. You are correct if you said 36/36. All right, so I have to think. 36 plus what is going to give me 70? So, in order to do this, what is going on? I'm going to take 70 and subtract 36 from it. I can't take 6 from 0, so I have to regroup. This 70 or 17 becomes 6 tens. And that means I can add a 10 over here to my ones. All right. So 10 minus 6 is 4. 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay. And so my numerator is going to be 34. So I'm going to type in 34/36. So that means this 36/36 is one whole. And then what I have left over is 34/36. Okay. I'm going to delete this one and do the last one. All right, now I have 30 25ths plus 10/25. That gives me 40/25. All right, so I'm going to type 40/25 here. All right, and so what am I going to put here to make one whole? You're correct if you said 25/25. All right, that is one whole. Then I think 40 minus 25. 40 minus, 40 minus 25. All right, again, I can't take 5 from 0, so I have to go to the tens and take the tens. All right. So that 40 becomes 30, and this no ones becomes 10 ones. Add a 10 to it. Oh. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So my difference is 15. Alright, so 15, and then the denominator stays the same. Alright, so I have 1 and 15 25ths as my answer. Alright, so that is basically what you're doing today, and then I'm going to delete this. And so you guys have a couple slides like that. But when you guys go in, I want you to watch this video to refresh your memory. All right, after you watch the video, then you can do that. Remember, unit fractions have 1 as the numerator. In order to get the denominator, all you want to do is look at one of the shapes and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, for example, this one today, your first one, your unit fraction would be 1/7. Okay? Your mixed number, you're going to look at this. This is one whole. 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sevens. 1 and 5 sevens. Okay? So you have several of those. Pretty simple. And when you're done, if you get done ahead of everybody else, I want you guys to go ahead and put I want you to put the the improper fraction in the bottom right here. All right. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you would put 12 sevens. I'm going to put 12/7. And I'm going to make it bigger so you guys can see it. Change my font. And I want to make it larger so that I can see it. Okay? So you have 12 sevens. And you know that 12 sevens is going to be equal to 1 and, 5 sevens. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1 and 5 sevens. All right, so remember, put your improper fraction down in the presenter note section or speaker note section. Okay? All right, so good luck on your activity today. And happy Monday.